Hello and welcome to Simple Country Place. I have 4 super duper easy meal ideas for you today. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please subscribe, welcome, and enjoy. I also wanted to mention 2 of these meal ideas I got the prepared meat that I had used from another recipe frozen in my freezer, so it made it even easier because it's the holiday season and we're all busy. So the first thing I'm making here is just super easy pork chops. I have 2 boneless pork chops and I am seasoning that with garlic powder, paprika, salt, and pepper on both sides. Once those are seasoned on both sides, I am putting them in a pan just to sear them on both sides, not cook them through, just sear them, get like a nice little crust on both sides. And then once they are seared, I am putting them in a baking dish, and to keep them moist, I know a lot of people don't like that word, but I don't know how else to describe it, to keep them not dry, I am covering them with a can of cream of chicken and then covering that with tin foil and throwing it into the oven to finish baking. Super easy peasy. While that was baking in the oven, I made a box of stuffing just according to the box directions, and I served the pork chops and the stuffing with green beans. And this was like a nice pre-Thanksgiving meal because obviously I served this prior to Thanksgiving, and then a few days later it was Thanksgiving and we had stuffing and green beans and turkey and all that jazz. So he got the palate ready for Thanksgiving. My husband enjoyed this. I mean, super easy and kind of like staples that you can't really go wrong with. So on this night, I had some shredded chicken that was obviously cooked in my freezer that I was trying to make room in my freezer. So pulled that out, but I am now frying up some potatoes and just with salt and pepper for seasonings. Once those potatoes are pretty much all the way cooked, I am adding the shredded chicken that's cooked, bacon bits, and I did add a smidge of chicken broth. And to all of that, I am adding the ranch seasoning. I have like the jar stuff because we use it a lot, but you could just add like the packets, the ranch seasoning, and some shredded cheese, and mixing that all together, waiting for like the cheese to get melty. I made chicken bacon ranch stuff. You can't, in my opinion, in my household, my husband, you can't go wrong with that. And so a lot of times, which I think I've filmed before, I make chicken bacon ranch wraps, but I was like, let's try it in a skillet form, and had the same flavors, but threw some potatoes in to make it substantial. And yeah, he liked it. My nephew liked it. Just super quick and easy, especially with the chicken already being cooked. So, and I just served that with a side salad. It is not the prettiest of meals, but according to them, it tasted very good. So on this night, I'm making chicken tostadas. Again, had chicken taco meat in my freezer that I had thawed out. So anyways, I am taking a flour tortilla and frying it in vegetable oil. I don't know if this is actually like how they make tostadas, but that's just what I call it, so don't come at me if it's wrong. Anyways, frying the flour tortilla in vegetable oil on both sides. And I had heated up the chicken taco meat that was already prepared. I think in the microwave, I'm pretty sure. I just heated it up so it was nice and hot. And then once the tortillas were all fried up, I added the tortilla, and then I added nacho cheese or salsa con queso, whatever you want to call it. We prefer salsa con queso. And added that to the bottom, and then the chicken taco meat, and then shredded cheese on top, and threw that in the oven for just a little bit for that cheese to melt. And then I just served this with our favorite taco toppings. So my husband always likes lettuce, tomato, and taco sauce. Nephew doesn't like tomatoes, so he chose to opt out of those, but again, they were super good, and I like to think of different ways to get Tex-Mex stuff incorporated. So, and I buy flour tortillas in bulk at Costco, so I always have them on hand. I thought I would try and fry them. As a disclaimer here, there is a lot of chicken in this video. So on this night, I made butter garlic chicken tortolini, and I had a chicken breast that I cut up that I seasoned with salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and then I'm just cooking that through and then removing it from the pan. So to that same pan, I am adding a lot of butter. I never said this one. These were healthy food options. A lot of butter and a lot of minced garlic. And then as I stir that around, I'm like scraping the bottom bits of like off the pan, you know, those that contain the flavor, as they say. So scraping those off and letting that garlic cook for a little bit. And then I eventually am adding flour to make a roux. Once that flour has cooked for just, I mean, not very long at all, but you do want to cook it with the flour for a little bit. And then I'm whisking in some half and half to, you know, beef up the sauce. So whisking in that half and half, and then I do let that sit for a while so it thickened, and it thickened up really nicely. And then I added, because, you know, we can't live without cheese, so I added Parmesan and mozzarella cheese in there. And that all melted in very nicely. And I just served that over some just frozen cheese tortellini that I had cooked up according to package directions. and I had threw in some breadsticks in the oven. So the tortellini, the breadstick, the sauce, and the chicken. And I served that with a side salad. And tortellini is like one of my favorite. I didn't put chicken in mine, and it was super good. Thank you so much for watching. Please come back for future videos.